He is knocked clean out.
Manny coming in and he walks right into it.
Face down, out cold, absolutely nothing he could do with that there. I mean, he's always been an aggressive fighter, Manny Pacquiao, but he is fast as well at getting in and out. It's a shame to see him get knocked out that way. It's very similar to when Mayweather fought against Ricky Hatton. A lot of people were rooting for Ricky Hatton. But again, he liked to push forward constantly. And when you come up against somebody who's a nice counter-puncher or somebody who can pick a shot when, you know, when somebody's on the offensive, it's definitely hard to do. And unfortunately for Manny Pacquiao, he got sparked clean out.
Marquez had...
Medina and David Benavidez has starched Rogelio Medina.
That took about, what, 8 or 9 punches to the head then? Like, he must have been out or dazed off the first one, because his hands didn't come up at all. And I know they were fast hands getting thrown, but his hands didn't come up. He's got no guard at all. Absolutely ridiculous.
How sweet was that?
That was lovely. Just clipped him. Just clipped him, but right in the right spot.
His hometown NFL team, the Baltimore Ravens. Exactly. There are legends of this kid growing up in Baltimore, going into
that delay, his legs went. He went jelly and then went down.
Tremendous punching and tremendous power.
Prince Naseem, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favourite all-time boxers when I was growing up. He's somebody I followed quite a lot. I used to stay up late with my father, watch these fights, as well as Mike Tyson. But this right here, this guy was honestly, he was so unique. It hadn't been seen before, and it worked.
Once again, we're amazed that we're retains his W. Naz would back off and allow him to recover. He decided not to.
No guard,
more punch.
just all hip movements, head movement, footwork, and it worked for him.
Because of the style of the opponent or whatever.
Shane Mosley learned that on Saturday night.
He was great as well, one of the best.
The style of the opponent or whatever. Shane Mosley learned that on Saturday night.
A shot from behind the back, love it.
What's that? Razor running right down. Perfect.
It's the way he just leans back out of that uppercut. So it just goes past, straight in with a straight counter punch and puts him on his ass. And it was absolutely brilliant because that uppercut would have kept him off his feet, slightly off balance a little bit. So that straight punch put him straight over onto the canvas. Lovely stuff from Mike Tyson.
Right hand. Let's look at it from this way. Completely unprotected. There goes the right. That should have put him away.
He left himself wide open when Mike Tyson slipped that uppercut.
Second knockdown. Right uppercut continues to land. There's a perfect.
Canelo throwing nice shots. Honestly, I always liked his footwork. I liked his work rate. And then I found out that the guy was taking performance-enhancing drugs. So, I mean, he should have been stripped of all of his victories. Should have been stripped of his license just for having PEDs in his system. So, unfortunately for him, you know, his whole career is tainted now. But he could still box. Box like a Mexican. It's this one. Looked like a white collar fight there. There was nothing really beautiful about it. Put him out, but nothing. It's like Apollo Creed versus Rocky Balboa when they knock each other out at the end of... Is it Rocky 2? Rocky 1? I can't remember. But the end of that film, both knock each other down.
Here we go. Simultaneous left hooks.
Yeah. Brenda recovered the quicker of the two, but this doesn't happen very often.
Fight is over. Rasheed Warren just rocked.
Everything that he wants to do after the...
He tried so hard. He tried so hard not to put his hands on the canvas there. I love that. You know, that shows heart of a lion. He was out. He got clipped on the jaw. There was nothing he could do, and he was still trying his best to get his nervous system back in play there. Fantastic stuff, but also a great hook.
According to all 5 judges, oh my! Ducked. I don't know if he was hurt, but at that point he should have taken the knee and not turned his back.
See, that as well, that was a fair punch. People will say that it was dirty, but honestly, The guy was in the middle of a round, he just dropped his hands and turned around, and it's not like his opponent hit him in the back of the head or anything like that. He's literally threw the hook around into the face, knocked him down. So it's a shot I'd take. A win is a win.
He has gotten to this point. Oh, big right hand! Down goes Brazil! On a lethal right hand! There's they love Mike.
I don't like this guy, I don't. He's got so much power in his punches, but he's a one-trick pony, and he did get exposed by Tyson Fury, unfortunately, but he did also knock Tyson Fury down because of the power he possesses. But if you throw one heavy shot 500 times in a fight, it's going to land once, isn't it? Is that really talent or just strength and brute force?
Goodness. Again, the jab, and then boom! Right on the jaw. Deontay Wilder.
So you compare what we've just seen here from Mike Tyson. He slipped right down and threw the punch, right? The speed, the momentum, the curiosity within it. This guy meant business every punch he threw, but he could also box and move, slip, duck and weave. He had the all fundamentals down to a T. Whereas Wilder, no, he just doesn't.
This is where the power comes from. The reason people fear Mike Tyson because he's one of the few.
Slipped down and just threw that. Oh my God. It was lovely, wasn't it? There weren't many Mike Tyson knockdowns that weren't for the camera reels, do you know?
Niveau mental, physique du côté de Dawson qui va tenter de répondre aussi.
Night. And he was happy. Look how he's screaming. That was lovely. Watch the leg. He gets back up.
Fighter's instincts, they wanted to continue, but what a punch. Judah is trying to speak to the referee.
He's all over the place. Again, no, you gotta give them respect when they try and get back up like that. If any of you have ever boxed, you will understand how much grit, how much of a heart it takes from the person when you have been knocked down in that fashion to do everything within your power to get back up. That was fantastic work rate from him to even attempt to get back up. Unfortunately, he got up too quick and his legs buckled. I don't think even having a 9 count or an 8 count would have helped him in that matter, but he still tried to get back up.
I'm glad you pointed it out because
now he goes for left hook. Oh, look at that. Slip, and boom! That guy's eating his kidneys for lunch, dinner, and breakfast tomorrow. Never suspected that Andy was going to counter like that. This guy's work rate, bam, throwing all sorts of punches, and he starts losing sight of the fact he needs to protect himself. Another double knockdown, one of them straight back up.
Watch the right hand, it's right on the chin. It was right on the chin, right on the butt. It was a jab that Zack Snyder
to put the pressure on. But Roy Jones came off the ropes when he got pinned there with some beautiful shots back at Tony.
Oh, I love it. A little whoop.
He was caught showing off. He did by that patented jump in left hook.
Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time.
I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait that song.
We should mention the guy in the electro. Oh, gee, almost it wasn't a double knockdown. It was a knockdown as Bundrich went down.
Flaherty did not rule a knockdown for either guy. Maybe
that was strange, wasn't it? They both get knocked down. They both jump straight back into the fight. The ref probably thinking, what do I do here? Straight back into it.
He wasn't sure who to rule. And then one shot and it's over.
Ruled no.
Oh, no.
A massive left hand by Powell.
Again, that ref didn't really know what he was doing there, grabbing him by the hands. You look at the speed and momentum from Muhammad Ali for his size, honestly. Back then, they didn't have these big, muscly heavyweights. It was like, be as light as you can so you can throw the fast punches, move your head faster, stay on your feet, as well as being able to make it through more rounds. Back then, it was 15-round fights. And you have to remember that to be able to get through them 15-round fights, you need to be able to breathe throughout. The more muscle you have, the more oxygen your body needs, which means you will gas a lot quicker. You know, like AJ does in most of his fights by about round 5 or 6. If it makes it that long.
Ali wins by a knockout count. Muhammad Ali is still the undefeated.
So now he goes for the apology. Floyd says fine. They go for the embrace. Referee Joe Cortez is not there.
So this is quite a controversial moment. Everybody talked about it at the time. And the thing is, right, it was fair game, like the other one earlier on in the video where he's hooked him from behind when he's turned around. Protect yourself at all times. It's one of the first things you learn if you walk into a boxing gym, to protect yourself at all times. This guy wasn't protecting himself. He got hit with one and then even dropped his hands further after that, looking at the referee for help. This is a 1v1 fight. Yeah, one fighter versus one fighter. The ref ain't there to help you when it's a fair game. Unfortunately, people gave Mayweather a lot of stick from this, saying it was bad from his part. But honestly, you're in there to win. So take the opportunities you get. A win is a win.
And doing little here. Another round looks as though it's heading Mexico's way. Oh, it certainly is now. Huge. The tactics were right.
He folded in half forward and then went back. But let's be honest. This right here, this image you can see, that's Amir Khan's career in a nutshell. He went through the amateurs, went through the Olympics and done really well. Goes into the pro scene, does okay for a while, but he got exposed for having a glass jaw. And all it takes is that one little tap on the button and he's going to sleep. Just like Canelo put him to sleep right here.
Much out.
The little mistakes.
$6 million.
The one thing that really shocked me is the fact that Amir Khan was still able to get these top flight fights such late on in his career after being knocked out a few times. Through the hook, slips under, rolls round. It's brilliant. Like, I mean, the guy's already asleep and he's still putting in that work to roll under whatever hook was left over and get around the back of him. So yeah, respect for that one. Again, I mean, we're looking at Wilder. Every single knockout you see from Wilder is the same punch pretty much, or a big long wide hook. If anybody can't get under that, they need to really rethink their build going into a fight against Wilder. If you're faster and sharper, you can get under them punches and stay away from him, get in and out, and it's so much easier to expose him. But, I mean, Tyson Fury came in bigger, but Tyson Fury is like a unicorn. He's the guy who's bigger, he looks fat, but he can move so much faster than the majority of his opponents. That's how he exposed Wilder in the first, second, and third fight.